Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show. You might be asking why. I am here at Tom's Restaurant in Upper Manhattan sipping on a chocolate milkshake. Well, why the hell not? That's what I say. First of all, though, this is one of the most iconic diners in the city. Suzanne Vega wrote a song about this place in the 80s, and in the 90s, this is where Jerry, Elaine, and the gang would hang out on Seinfeld. But there's another good reason why we are here. Right now, our entire crew at 30 Rock is setting up for our season 6 premiere 1 week from today. We are throwing a 2-day 30 rock and roll roof party because summer is not done until we say it is. And it's still nice outside, so let's do it. We are taking our live music, celebrity guests, favorite change makers, and tons more fun to the next level. You're welcome in advance. So every day this week, I am working from the diner while my crew preps for the party. We are calling this a lunch special. See what we did there? Nice.
Lunch special. I've got a few melodies to try out.
Oh my God, you got it. It's in your pocket. You're ready. You're ready. It's up his sleeve. I didn't know that was coming. Okay, you know we couldn't leave the music behind, so Jason is right here with me. We are working our way through this menu. See what we did there? Boop. But I'm also serving up something for all of you. Never before seen interviews and standout highlights from last season. Back in our offices, we have a small hidden room where we keep our never before seen interviews. Even Jason doesn't know where it is. He hasn't been bad enough. We haven't just shoved him there. This week, as my crew moves forward, preparing for our season 6 premiere, I'm taking a look back and sharing some of my favorite moments from last season that we never got a chance to air. So let's keep this going. Before we get to a new interview, though, with Chip and Joanna Gaines, I have to reshare something Kenny Chesney said earlier in the same show.
You know, as you know, being a performer, that connection you feel with an audience.
The energy, yeah.
You don't, like that guy jumping up and down in that picture, I don't take that person with me every day. You know what I mean? I don't have that energy in my life every day. So that's what makes it really special when you're up there and you're in that moment. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it. It's like an out-of-body experience, like another version of yourself.
Oh, I am not like, I am this just all the time.
You're that all the time?
Well, later that hour, Chip and Joanna Gaines came by, and Chip said he could relate in his own sort of way. Okay, wait, what's the strangest thing that you found in a house and ate, apparently?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my
What
gosh.
hasn't
That
he
was
eaten?
cockroaches and gross
He's one of
things.
those that you could dare him to eat.
Wait,
I'm like
you've
looking
eaten a
around. It's too
cockroach?
clean here.
It's
He for sure ate a cockroach.
I don't mean to keep
Why?
talking about Kenny freaking
About
Chesney.
yourself.
Who cares?
Why?
Who cares?
Wait, why?
And I got twice the ovation that he got. Now, I admit I had to ham it up for
You had to
long
ham it
periods
up?
of time,
Yeah.
and he, like, you know, bashfully sat down
More
immediately.
humble.
Everybody was going bananas.
I don't
But
think he's brave enough to eat a cockroach.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He kept going on about, like, he's two people. He's one person on stage and then a different person somewhere else. And you said, quote, I'm too lazy to be all those different
It's
people.
really true.
Well, it's sort of interesting when I see all of these cameras, and
Oh, no,
especially in our
I'm
context.
scared.
It's like, so I went to junior college for a minute, and I had buddies at JUCO that would dare me to do crap. And I was the guy that if you dared me to do literally anything, well, then I would then therefore do whatever that anything was.
Okay.
And it landed me in jail. It landed me in terrible circumstances multiple times, but it just like was something I was incapable of saying no to.
Was the cockroach
And
alive?
I don't remember if the thing
No,
was
it
alive
was
or
dead.
not.
His point is
The guy
kid
dared me to do
him.
it, and I was like, damn it. You know, it's like, now I've got to eat it. Sorry, girls.
Darn it.
My
I
baby
have
girl
found
is
where
in the
we are
audience.
different. I would not do that.
Yeah.
Cockroaches are so gross.
Oh, it was
that's-
gross.
There
It
was a
gross.
lot of things,
But it was
though.
like the cameras were there. It was like these old buddies daring me to do this thing. I saw the cockroach. The guy said, I dare you, won't eat it. No, that's what he said. He said, I'll give you $50 if you ate it. And I was like,
Now, wait, I was
don't know
really
if-
broke. I'm
if
not
you
eating
know where I
cockroach.
came from, what I would do for $50, that cockroach
Did he
is
give
gone.
you $50?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Blake.
But if
dang
you look
right
at
he
that picture, this is so Chip, where he will look through a refrigerator that's been closed for I don't know how many years and say,
You
anything
did
in
not
here?
eat anything from that.
He didn't, but we did found some rotten eggs that were so rotten when you threw them, they
Gosh.
just
You can smell
It just,
that
like,
fridge through that
evaporated.
fridge.
Through the screen.
What's happening here?
Well, that's interesting.
Wait, I don't know what's happening
probably
here.
when Joe
What
got
that
her-
is called is neglect.
Got her.
that is unfortunate.
Don't
and
say
gross.
what you're about to
Joe
say.
had to get her
Wait,
uterus
who-
repaired
No, I did not.
after that fourth child.
Wait,
That
who
is-
had to clean up the refrigerator? Did you just close it and throw it away?
Of course not.
No. Hell no.
He
We picked, sorry, I keep cursing
Yeah.
for no
Yeah.
logical reason.
Yeah.
But
You
mild,
need to go
very
out
low
and
grade
hang out at-
curses.
But low grade?
Very low,
low grade.
Oh, Miss Kelly, we were watching you backstage. and I
We
was like, that
have
girl
to
can
edit a
drop
lot.
it.
My team wins Emmys for how much they edit my mouth. Oh my God. Okay, wait. What's the biggest injury on a project?
Your elbow.
Recently, yeah, I was in the attic of the hotel.
Not
which was a
that
big,
injury.
Awesome. What?
They keep showing me in the hospital, I think.
What was
I
this?
wonder
I
what
do want to
Joe
know.
was
That
doing
was my
randomly.
back.
That's
What was
crazy.
not an injury
How
from
did you
Fixer.
injure-
That was
Oh.
cheerleading in high school. That's an
Oh.
old injury.
Bragger.
Well, I mean, I am old now.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Back in high
look.
school.
That's right after that, that IV kicked in and
Oh man.
will
good times.
Who knows what comes out of your mouth?
Even in the hospital, you were freaking gorgeous.
Oh,
What is
stop.
that?
It was upsetting
God,
to watch.
dog.
I was like, I did not look like that ever in a hospital. Yeah.
I see her and
Whatever.
I'm like, I'm thankful that she's my wife because, of course, she's gorgeous, but I do feel competitive or irritated by
Yeah.
how
weird.
cute
The
she
beauty
is.
is overwhelming. It's
Yeah.
alarming. Wait, so what's one house that you each wish that you would have held on to?
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
It was the same, I think, for both of us. The
Yeah.
castle. We renovated the castle a couple years
Well, it's
ago.
a castle.
Oh,
That's
who doesn't want to
and
own a castle?
we were going to
yeah.
put it on the market. Our kids saw. I mean, it's one of those things where we were like, can
Our
we just hold
oldest
it for a year?
daughter swore she wanted to live in the castle once
Yeah.
she
Like,
got
who
old
wouldn't
enough. And
wanna
I was
live
like,
in the
babe, let's
castle?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we decided this was a hard one to let go because
Yeah.
of the circumstances.
Just felt like a piece
so.
of history for Waco that,
Yeah.
so every year we kind of reevaluate, but it feels iconic. So we love it.
So fun.
You know
Every
what,
time I
though?
drive by, I'll just randomly text old bankers that used to not loan
That
me
denied
money.
you loans?
Yeah, that denied. And
How about that loan now,
not
sir?
only was I in jail for a very short period of
my
time,
gosh.
but I also had very low credit score
Okay.
and a very low IQ to go with
Man,
this credit
we would
score.
not have done well together.
I'll just call these bankers and be like, "Do you own a castle?
Oh, no.
Do you want a
want
castle?
You want to come visit my castle?"
Oh my gosh.
Then I've
Here's my thing.
learned this new thing with the bank. And
Yeah,
it's
oh my
like
God.
this.
No, sit down.
I don't know
We
if that's
are literally the same human. That is literally what I do.
He's
and
a
my mom
ball
is
of
like,
fun.
can you invest in some kind of classiness? Never gonna not be funny. We are back, and all week we are serving up lunch specials at Tom's Restaurant here in New York City, and we are sharing never-before-seen interviews from last season. At the start of summer, Ben Platt visited us. We talked about his upcoming wedding, his summer residency, and his latest album, Honey Mind. The man is busy, y'all. So I wanted to slow things down for a moment and dive into music with him, so let's take a look. Well, I want to talk about Treehouse because I love this. You write, the roots may be strong and the branches are sturdy. It don't make a difference. You're still at the mercy of the wind and rain. But isn't the danger the reason we do it? Interesting. We know we could fall, but we're holding on to it. That's the risk we take because hearts don't bend, they break. It's interesting because it's quite a cool metaphor that I've never heard before.
Thanks.
I've never heard anybody, that's kind of hard to do. I feel like
try.
42 years in to find a fresh idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what has no one talked about? It's such a cool metaphor.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I came into that session with Brandy with this idea. Noah and I had just found our house, and it's like surrounded by trees, and we kept calling it our tree house. And I started thinking about how a tree house is this like cozy, very protected, very private, like special thing that you get to share with somebody, and you feel very safe and like covered by it. But at the same time, it's like up there waving in the wind, and it's incredibly precarious, and it's, you sort of have to leave it up to fate and to chance. And I feel like with love and with relationships, like as secure and as foundational as it feels, like part of the reason it's so high stakes and it's like shakes you to your core so much is because you can't predict what's going to happen to it, and it ebbs and flows and changes, and the world changes it, and you're at the mercy of the elements. And so I think I loved that kind of to and fro of like it's warm and safe, but it's you have to take care of it and tend to it.
Yeah. My favorite line in it is, but isn't the danger the reason we do it? Like, there's so much therapy there. Like, I was like, oh, you get me. I was
It's
like,
true.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Of course.
Like,
I mean,
what's
that's
wrong with us? But we do. It's that high of it, but then also it's like scary.
With everything, I think with anything worth doing that's fulfilling, whether it's a relationship or like your passion or performing or whatever it might be, like part of what makes it fill you up and so satisfying is that there's a it could go wrong.
Yeah.
And, like if something was guaranteed and like entirely safe,
boring.
I don't think it would feel
I
like
know what's wrong with us.
It wouldn't fill you as a person as much, unfortunately.
Who wants stability? I'm just kidding. So you directed the video, right, for Cherry on Top?
Yeah, sort of. So I had all these like ideas and concepts for this song Cherry on Top, which is about like Noah and I were friends for a long time first, and then I sort of was like, what the hell am I doing, and kind of came to my senses.
Yeah, because that's crazy to me that you can be friends and then all of a sudden you're attracted. Like nobody was attracted in the beginning. Like,
well, we were when we first met when we were very young. We were 19 and 20. We like immediately were all over each other.
I feel like we've had this conversation before. Yeah. Okay.
And so then, and he kind of knew the whole time, and I was the one kind of hemming and hawing and getting afraid and stepping away, and it just had to grow. And timing is everything, Yeah. So as soon as I figured it out, and the song's kind of about the joy of like, look what's been right in front of you the whole time. So I was like, oh, we'll do this cool thing about this band, or we'll do this like Laurel Canyon idea, and nothing really felt real or authentic to me. And I was like, and I try to be careful about not being just too exposing of our relationship, because obviously we want to keep something sacred and keep it private, but it just felt like a celebration, and especially being in a queer relationship, any opportunity we have to just like show off our complexity and our joy, like we love to do that. So
or anyone in love too. Like
of course.
It's such a joyful thing and a beautiful thing if you find, that person. That's really cool.
Totally. So I was like, will you do it with me, Noah? And so the two of us sort of directed together and kind of conceptualized how do we make this feel organic and like we're just enjoying each other and spending a day together, and also make it look nice and cool.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love you so much. Welcome back to our lunch special. We are serving never-before-seen interviews from last season. That's what we're doing today. Speaking of food, we always love when Duff Goldman stops by, not just because he usually brings along delicious desserts that I get to eat and get paid to do so. He's also a man of many skills. In fact, his latest medium isn't food, it's wood. Here he is explaining it to me and Stephen Moyer. I hear that also, other than baking, though, I saw these images of you make toys for your kids.
Yeah, I'm like Geppetto, man.
I'm like, my son is obsessed with Geppetto. He made me buy him 4 cuckoo clocks. And they're in his room, he's obsessed with Geppetto. That's so funny you said that. But yeah, he's obsessed with that. You made the marble, I think we have a little video of it, but it's like you made a marble you made that.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's
You can't make that.
Yeah, I made it.
Were you in wood shop in high school, or this just
I was like,
okay.
I think the thing that a lot of people don't realize about me is that I am a total redneck. Like, I was...
You know what? I think people get that about me. I think they're aware.
Like, I was like a roofer. I was a framer. I did a lot of welding. I build cars
like
and stuff.
Dude.
I'm like I like to build things. And so,
that's
cool. When we're at home, like, when I had Josephine, I was like, I really want to make her stuff, and I want to make her wooden toys, and like, there's stuff you can buy out there, but I was like, I can make things, and so, I've just been making her a ton of toys, and...
No, my kids are lucky. My brother-in-law can make anything, and so he's made some cool stuff that they'll have forever. That's a really cool thing you're doing. Yeah. You also built a chameleon puppet, which looks like Pascal from Tangled.
Yeah, totally.
So you did that.
I did. I just started cutting wood, and this is actually...
started cutting wood? Are you serious right now? I could start cutting wood right now and never end up with that result. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, he's really cute. He's really, he's all articulated. There's no metal on it, so all the joints are all made out of wood, too.
You are Geppetto.
I am Geppetto.
My son would adore you.
Yeah. Come on over. Well, you're not here anymore.
I know, I'm not in LA, I know. And it's a rough commute. I'm gonna be there in a minute just because I have for work. But Duff's been married for a few years, but I wanted to ask about this wedding cake. So let's show this wedding cake. Okay. So it looks like a cake, but it's not.
It is.
Is it?
It's just not made with chocolate
cake ingredients,
and flour and...
Is it like
it's
an
meat.
American breakfast cake or something?
No, it's meat.
It's all meat. Okay.
What are the layers?
So the bottom layer was a meatloaf.
I like meatloaf.
The next layer was meatballs.
Okay.
The next layer was shawarma.
What's that?
Shawarma's like it's like a Middle Eastern,
It's
like
like the gyro.
yeah, you get it like sort of like you see that like.
I'm so in, by the way.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Well, now my mouth's watering.
Yeah.
I'm kind
What's
of
on
in.
top? What's on top?
On top is scrapple. Who knows scrapple?
What's scrapple?
You from Pennsylvania? Yeah, right. So you're from Pennsylvania. You know what?
What's
Scrapple is the stuff that they don't even put in hot dogs.
Holy.
Like spam.
It's just like a loaf of scraps.
That's what we called
Yeah.
spam
And
growing
it's
up. Yeah.
It's like 80% fat, and you fry it in corn. Oh my God, it
sounds great.
delicious.
I'm in.
So then the whole thing was iced and mashed potatoes.
But wait, don't forget the top.
I won't. So the top, the bride and groom are hot dogs, and their clothes are made out of deli meat. And then,
Just if you're wondering, though, the world is now, they're not confused. You are officially a redneck.
yes, 100%, 100%.
You have graduated.
Oh, yeah,
They all
totally.
know. They all know.
But it gets better. Then we got a chocolate fountain, and we filled it with gravy.
Damn.
Yeah,
Great. So
yeah.
you dip it.
And you dip it in the gravy.
We are back, and all week we are delivering never-before-seen interviews and moments from season 5. When Kid Hoover was here in April, we discovered we had recently very similar, very public, embarrassing experiences. Take a look. Yes, but speaking of sports, so you are a very athletic person, and I hear that you did something very funny. Well, it happened to you at a kickboxing class.
How does Kelly know all my dark secrets?
Because here's the
over
thing,
here?
when I heard this story, I was like, we're the same human.
We are twins. What she's referencing is I took a kickboxing class, and, well, the first time I did it, I had my 2 babies, and it was mom mode, and I was like, I'm going to do something new.
Yeah.
So, Kelly, I'm out there, and I get there late to the class, and the only spot is in the front. So I'm like, oh, God, not great, right? And everybody's like in the groove. You know, I have no rhythm. So I am squatting and kicking like my life depends on it. And I'm like, and I catch people looking at me, and I was like, Mama's got her groove back.
I am
killing this class. And literally, everybody's looking at me, and I'm sweating, and I'm off the beat, but I am squatting and doing all the thing. I leave the class, and I go, y'all, there was a split in my pants. I'm not wearing underwear. Full caboose out.
Commando.
Buns galore. And I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, look at me. And, you know, literally everybody's like, see you next week. And I'm like, oh.
See all of you. See all of you next week.
What happened to you?
No, literally, this happened recently. I went to go see, I was about to walk in the door with my nanny to see my children in a music thing or a show at their school. And you know, like sometimes, ladies, your jeans just kind of work up, and you kind of just push it back down because you've got a lot of booty. And when I pushed my pocket, I guess I pushed too hard, and I ripped the pocket. So it started off like this big, and I was like, oh my God. And I was wearing panties, but not fully covered.
Yes.
There's no full coverage, so
Yes.
right there it looked like I was not. And then I was like, oh God, I gotta keep my coat on. Well, New York, now that I live here, it's like hot and cold.
Yes.
Like it's cold outside, but you go inside and everybody's trying to like light you up.
Yeah.
Like it's like, so I'm sweating in this coat because I can't take it off, and they also have you sit down so it splits even more. And then by the time the day ends, I'm literally like talking to teachers, all these things. My entire right cheek is just hanging out.
By the way,
of my pants.
Parent of the year, sun's out, buns out.
It was, and then I'm like incapable of not showing people because I think it's funny. So I was like, you guys check out what's happening. I'm like,
That was me.
all the parents are like, so there's a different level of class at this school, and I was like, yeah, I don't fit
We are
in.
the same. And when something happens, that's the great stuff.
It's
Like, that's why I'm like, can you
hilarious.
believe my whole caboose?
My whole right cheek. It's a lot of cheek. I'm just saying. All right, let's finish up with one of our most memorable moments from last season. This is What I'm Liking.
I'm gonna pick up another one later once I
Please,
fix this.
let's keep that one. I feel excited about What I'm Liking. When you host a show inside 30 Rock, you've got to be ready for anything at any time. But some things you just cannot prepare yourself for, like a surprise visit from Jared Leto. Season-long partner, pilot, and makers of G2, the Ghost.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Wow.
You're so rude. I was like, what are you doing? How are you?
I'm good.
Are you good? Are you?
Where should I stand?
Are you
Hello,
doing?
how are you?
Are you doing Jimmy tonight?
Yeah.
Are you doing Jimmy tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing Jimmy.
Oh my God, I was like, we always run into people in the hallway.
Actually, in New York City, we just announced a world tour for 30 Seconds to Mars, so we're celebrating that.
We just were at iHeart together. We both did that show together.
Yeah.
So that you sounded incredible,
Thank
man.
you,
I
thank
cannot wait
you.
to go see your
Thank
show.
you, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been 6 years, so we just put a new album out, and now we have a new tour, and it's incredible.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm so stoked for y'all. Y'all sound incredible. It was a great show. I love that you stopped by.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a crazy day. I climbed the Empire State Building this morning, so I'm a little tired.
What?
No, they think I'm joking.
No,
actually.
did you? Wait, what?
So,
you really climbed the Empire State
Yeah,
Building?
yeah.
I didn't even know you.
Beat up,
I didn't. Why? What was it? Was it a bet?
It's just to celebrate the launch of the tour. You know, I've always loved the Empire State Building. Ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated by it. Probably not the only one, but it always was a symbol to me of New York and of following your dreams. So I thought, what a great way to launch the tour.
Oh my God, that's really cool. You're brave. I just
Tired man. Yeah.
I just say I'm going on tour. That's it when I do it. I love it. You just swung by.
Yeah.
You want to say goodbye to America with me?
Okay, goodbye. Yes, I would
maybe
love
give
to.
some money away. You want to do that with
Wow,
me?
my
All right.
pleasure,
Our
my pleasure.
season-long partner, Pilot Pen Makers of J2. This is incredible. I love 30 Rock. You have no idea what's going to happen. The go-to event of the Kelly Clarkson Show want to honor truly unstoppable people just like you, Dottie. She just married herself. Congratulations, Dottie. Yes. So they're going to be writing you a check for $1,000 as a wedding gift, Dottie. So you're getting $1,000. All right, that's it for this hour, but we are doing these lunch specials all week here at Tom's Restaurant. We're going to reveal more never-before-seen interviews from huge stars like Eddie Murphy, Zendaya, Emily Blunt, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Glenn Powell. So tune in every day. In the meantime, have a great day, and if it's not, well, change it.